Hey queens, you're welcome back again to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time on here, you're welcome to Queen Sewing Tutorials. And on this platform, I drop sewing tutorials and everything about fashion designing you will love to learn. If this sounds like something you like, please remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and drop a comment. So the video you're about to watch now is a continuation video from the previous video I posted. So this is the sewing video. I will be leaving the link of the cutting in my description box, so you go check that out and be updated. So I also urge you to watch out for my short videos because I drop a lot of clips there that I was not able to include into the video because I don't want it to be too long. So with all of that being said, let us get started with the tutorials. So this was where we stopped from the previous video, and right now I will just be keeping the back part aside to focus on the front part. So I brought out my front piece and I'm just going to be turning it from the down part with my lining. So I'll be turning this from the down part, and I have gone ahead to bring out my back piece, and I will be doing the same thing. I will just be turning the down parts. Just take note of what I'm doing. So I'm trying to make sure that this thing aligns so I don't have two sides facing the front or the left side, or two sides, you understand. So you want to make sure that you place them together very well so you don't have the same thing from one end. I hope you understand. So right now, I've gone ahead to stitch this from the down part, and I've also gone ahead to iron this properly. I will keep the front piece aside to focus on the back. So for the back piece, I'm going to be stitching from the down to the neck line, just like I'm pointing from that point to my neck, into my neck. Yes, so that's just what I'm going to be doing now. I'll be doing that to the both pieces. So right now I am done with that, and you can see what I have. I have done one side and I've also gone ahead to do the other side. So I will bring out my scissors right now and I will notch the neck part so that it can relax very well. So just go ahead and notch the neck properly. And then I'll turn it out from the side opening that I have. And I'll take this over and give it a good press. So now you can see what I am talking about. You want to make sure that your both piece for the back are actually corresponding. So before you stitch this, you have to make sure that everything is corresponding to each other. So after I was done with that, I went on to just iron this properly. So right now, I have also done the same thing for the front. I went on to stitch the lower parts, like I said earlier. Now it is time to create the design for the front. And for that, I'll be using my rule and my chalk to create the slanted lines. And I'll be doing that from one shoulder to the other shoulder. So the trick to this is that you want to make sure that the lines above are closer. Like the upper lines are closer by, let's say, 0.75 inches. And the lines beneath are, let's say, 2 inches apart from each other. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm just going to bring out my trimmings right now to show you what the outcome will look like. You see what I'm doing right now? So that's just how you can basically do this. So I'll take this right now over to my sewing machine, and I'm just going to be following that line all the way. So I wish I had used a gum stay on this door face so it would avoid that rumples, but all the same, it wasn't that bad though. But for a very neat work, I would advise you to add gum stay to yours. So I went on to turn this with my lining, and I turned just the lower part of it. Like you see me do, I turned the lower part of it, and I'm just going to iron this in a way that is going to be hiding the lining I used for this. So after I was done ironing, I'm just going to be placing this on my front piece, and I'll take this over to my sewing machine, and I'll make a top stitch from that lower part. At this very point, I was done top stitching my design to my front piece, and it is time for me to fix my pockets. So remember, I'm going to be fixing this pocket at 18 inches. So right now, I'm just trying to mark out my 18 inches, and from the left part to the right part, and I'll just go on now to bring my piece now and I'll be placing it from that 18-inch down to the end of the pocket entrance. I'll go on to pin this down from the both hand sides, and I will take this over to my sewing machine right now. I'm going to be stitching this, and I'll also be making a top stitch. So right now I'm done top stitching on this. I will bring the other parts like this, and I will just run a top stitch on it also. So please remember that whatever I'm doing to one side, I'm also repeating to the other side. So I've gone ahead and I'm done with the both side, and it is time for me to close up this piece with the lining. So I'm just turning my lining over, and I will go on to use my pin to pin down the neck, my neckline, and then stitch it only on my neckline, like I'll be turning my neckline. So I was done with that, and I'm just going to trim off the excess, notch that neck area so that it can relax properly. And after I was done with all of that, I went on to iron this very, very well. So queens, if you've watched this video to this very point and you haven't remembered to subscribe, please just go on and subscribe to this channel. I have a lot of sewing tutorials coming up on this channel. You don't want to miss it. And also turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload my videos, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you. So what I'm trying to do right now is to make sure that I arrange this thing very well, because you don't want to rush this process. You may just have your lining squeezing inside your dress, and you don't want that to happen. So after I was done with the front piece, I just set it aside and I went on to focus on the back part. And what I'm doing right now is to fix my zip. So I'm just trying to measure where I will be stitching open. Like I came down by 22 inches. Then I'll go on to mark that out. Then I'll be coming down from the lower part of this dress, and I'll be stitching up till I get to that 22 inches mark that I made. So it's actually time for me to shaping this dress, and I'm just trying to determine my hip line, and I'm going to be taking 1 inch allowance from my armhole down to the full length of this dress. So queens, we are gradually coming to the end of these tutorials, and I know, right? I know the main style of this dress is actually the sleeve, and that is why a lot of you have watched this video to this point. So thank you so much if you have watched this video to this very point. But this flounce sleeve tutorial is going to be on another video, and I'm going to be pinning that video on my description box. And I know you might be wondering why the videos are so separate. That's because the sleeve tutorial is a very detailed tutorial. Like, it is another work on its own. So I will be leaving the link, like I said, in my description box. And don't worry, the video is coming right after this one. Everything is ready. I just don't want this video to be too long and boring for you. And also in that video, you'll be learning how to draft and cut a flounce. Like guys, that video is so detailed. Once again, you don't want to miss it. Turn on your notification bell if you haven't subscribed. Like this video. So right now, what I'm just trying to do is that I'm just trying to wrap up my work here. So I've gone ahead to close up the slit. Remember, I also made a slit on this video, on this dress. And I also went on to fix my sleeves. Right, so if you haven't seen the cutting video, I'll also be leaving it in the description box. Like, I'll be leaving the link in the description box, or I'll be pinning it in my comment section. So right now I'm trying to close up my sleeves. And so guys, this is just the concluding part of this video. So I'm just going to be closing up my sleeve, and I'll be taking in my sleeve circumference divided by 2. And I'll just go on to impute whatever it is I have over there. And I'll just connect it into my bodice by the 1 inch I came in by. So do let me know what you think about this video. If you understand it, or if you have a question, please drop it in the comment section and I will answer that question, okay? So guys, thank you for watching this video to this very point, and I will see you on my next video. Bye and stay blessed.